guys, welcome to another video. Today I have a book review mashup for you guys. This video is entirely spoiler free, so feel free to watch the entirety of this video without getting spoiled for any of the books I'm going to be talking about today. Now, a book review mashup video is what it sounds like. It's just a bunch of mini book reviews mashed up into one entire video. Wow, I sound like I'm an infomercial right now. Feel free to just skip to any review that you want. I'll leave time markers in the description down below, as well as some awesome giveaways for books that you can enter. I have a ton of giveaways going on right now that you are probably interested in, so go do that. I was recently kind of thinking about what video to make, and I realized that it's been almost a year since I've made any review videos, which I find crazy, scary, and kind of hilarious. I find it hilarious because I love talking about books, I love expressing my thoughts about books, and so I was kind of flabbergasted by the fact that I had not made any specific review videos in a really long time. So here I am, back at it again with review mashup number 3. I will be reviewing these 5 books here. And the books that I will be reviewing are A Work in Progress by Franta, All Lined Up by Cora Carmack, Adrenaline Crush by Laurie, Boyle, Crompton, Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, and Just Like the Movies by Fiore. By looking at the books that I have to talk about today, I really need to broaden my reading horizons because I've only been reading contemporary books for like the past half year, and I really need to change that. And I think it's because I've been trying to read A Game of Thrones for like the past year. A Work in Progress by Franta was such a fast and easy read. I was sent this by Atria Books, so thank you very much. This is Franta's autobiography, and he's a really successful YouTuber, so if you have not watched any of his videos, then I don't know what you're doing. You're probably living under a rock. This is the paperback edition. This book is beautiful, guys. Look at this. It's all types of gorgeous. I haven't watched that many of Connor's videos, but I am subscribed to him and occasionally watch them from time to time, and so it was really great to be able to learn about him and see what kind of life a YouTuber has lived, because we're all just normal people that just make content online. It's kind of crazy. I'm a normal person. I read this, I think, in like an hour. All the photography is so beautiful. I normally don't read autobiographies. I usually read fiction, so this was a new read for me, and I'm really glad I enjoyed it. Next up, a book that I also enjoyed was All Lined Up by Cora Carmack. This is a new adult novel. This book went by so incredibly fast. I was driving to multiple things for things and needed some entertainment. This suited that need so well. My only problem was that the relationship was insta-lovey. I totally understand the fact that people can be really attracted to each other when they see each other. Oh my god, you are so hot. Thanks. And then things happen. I feel like the meeting of the two characters, Dallas and who else? Carson. Dallas and Carson. The meeting of Dallas and Carson was very abrupt, and they both were immediately attracted to each other and like started doing stuff. It was very abrupt, and I feel like that's something that can be perceived as realistic because this is a college setting, and you know, people can get a little wild at college parties. I found this relationship sometimes very hard to believe, and that was like my big flaw with it. The relationship almost seemed like a fling or something rather than a long-term relationship that would last into the future. I don't know, the characters, just the way that they interacted with each other sounded like they were way in over their heads, and it was a bubble that was like inflating too fast and it was gonna pop soon or something because it was going that fast. Yeah, at times I really didn't believe the relationship that was going on. The book flew by so fast, so you couldn't really like not keep up with it. So I really liked how fast-paced it was, and I was done before the car ride. That was really nice. I really tend to enjoy books more when I can just sit down and like zoom through them rather than taking a long time to read them. I think that's why I like this book a little bit more than I usually would have. I read this during a good time. Next up, I have Adrenaline Crush by Laurie, Boyle, Crompton. This is like the most itty-bitty book ever. It is only, let's see how many pages this is. This is only about 180 pages. I love reading books that feature characters that are unlike me, and so when I first saw this book, I was like, adrenaline junkie. I want to read about an adrenaline junkie because I'm normally not that extroverted when it comes to doing risky things, but I am when it comes to like social settings and stuff. And so when I heard about this book, I was like, I want that, but I was just a little worried about how an entire story would develop in over 180 pages. I liked it, but there are just so many plot holes. You can't really fill that many plot holes when you only have 180 pages. I think if the author had taken more time to explain these plot holes and develop the characters and situations more in depth, this book would have been absolutely phenomenal. Next up, I have Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. This was a gift from Maria Muses. Be sure to check her channel out. I really enjoyed this book. I thought the characters were so adorable. Seeing characters from Anna and the French Kiss, which is considered the first book in the series, was literally the best thing ever. I loved being introduced to these characters, but I do think I liked Anna and the French Kiss better than this. For some reason, I think the reason why I liked Anna and the French Kiss better than Lola and the Boy Next Door was because the relationship was so frustrating and so adorable that it kept me just reading and reading it, trying to basically physically force the characters to be together even though I couldn't do it. That's why I loved Anna and the French Kiss so much. Lola and the Boy Next Door, I was still doing the same thing, but I just wasn't as engaged, and I think because I liked Anna and the French Kiss better than Lola and Lola and the Boy Next Door, Anna and the French Kiss was a more enjoyable read for me because I was reading from Anna's perspective and I really liked Anna as a character, characters, so I was able to engage in the story more. While in Lola, the Boy Next Door, I didn't like the main character as much, so it was harder for me to engage in the story. But other than that, the love interests in this book were great. This was such a great plane ride for me. I was reading this on the plane ride back from Boston. I was visiting my brother. It was very pleasant. It was also kind of hard to read because the guy sitting next to me on the plane was snoring a lot, and that wasn't the greatest thing. And lastly, I have Just Like the Movies by Kelly Fiore. This book I sadly did not like as much compared to the others. Didn't hate it or anything, but it just wasn't lovable, if that makes sense. I look back in the beginning of the book every single time to remember how to pronounce the main character's name. I think it's Mareka. I've never met a Mareka, so I've never needed to pronounce the name Mareka correctly. This is about a girl who's like perfect and has the perfect boyfriend. She really doesn't like having everyone flirt with her boyfriend 24/7. She always sees him talking to other girls. And then we also have a girl named Lily, since this book is told in two perspectives, who has a crush on this guy but is too nervous to talk to him. It's basically Mareka's dilemma of trying to get her boyfriend to not cheat on her when he's actually not cheating on her, and Lily's dilemma of trying to get this guy who she has a crush on to notice her because she's kind of a nerdy girl, while Mareka is a super popular girl. Their paths end up crossing like normal dual POV books do. I found myself complaining about the characters all the time. No, I wasn't complaining about the characters all the time. I was complaining about Mareka and how annoying she was. Lily's perspective, on the other hand, was my favorite part of the book, so I liked half of the book and I didn't like half of the book. Mareka's perspective did not sell for me. She was just so kiddish when talking about how she didn't believe her boyfriend wasn't cheating on her. Lily's chapters were much more interesting to read because she was coming out of her comfort zone, and so seeing her develop as a character like that was really nice. So yeah, that was my book review mashup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in reading any of these 5 books, I will leave links down below to where you can purchase them. If you want to see more book review mashups, then please comment down below. Be sure to also comment down below if you've read any of the books that I discussed today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like it even more, please subscribe to my channel. My name's Grace. I'll see you in another video. Bye!